Hi there. I'm Data Chick, so I think a lot about data. And today I'm on a rant, and I know that's shocking. I'm a huge fan of big data and NoSQL. Really, a really big fan. Get it? Big data. Today I want to share with you some of the more snarky observations I have about those. And by the way, every single one of these is unfair, cherry-picked, and irreverent. I know it's shocking. Let's start with the basics. What is big data? I'm here to tell you that nobody really knows. The good thing about big data is just that. It can be anything you want it to be, just like the nice, friendly lady in the bar last night that wanted you to buy her a drink. Here's a nice definition from Wikipedia, the ultimate source of human knowledge, but that's another rant. They say, in information technology, big data consists of data sets that grow so large they become awkward. What the heck kind of definition is that? I can't wait to be in that meeting with the CEO and the CIO and their friends to talk about big data. So let's talk about one of the things I've observed about that is that big data is always capitalized when it's written, but it's not a proper noun. We don't capitalize data, so why do we capitalize big data? Well, I'm pretty sure capitalization is the sure way to spot the birth of a silver bullet. Remember that the next big thing, huge data and then ginormous data, is going to be announced at next year's Enterprise Data World. I guess then big data will lose its title caps. So then that brings us to talking about some of the technologies. But because I only have 5 minutes, I'm going to pick on Hadoop because it's called Hadoop, and I just want to pick on it. The great thing about Hadoop is everything that comes with it is called Hadoop. You can't make this stuff up. So we have Hadoop Column, Hadoop Distributed File System, Hadoop MapReduce. What do you think that elephant mascot is named? No, not Harry or Harvey, but Hadoop. Isn't it just like the new crowd to not worry about giving everything its own distinctive name? Eventually, everything becomes consistent. But there are some other things that are part of the Hadoop stack, related things that have nifty names like Chakwa, which is a nearly extinct language from Nepal, as well as Hive, Mahau, which is the Hindi word for elephant driver, so we get all that stuff. And then there's Pig and Zookeeper, because those are all important. Remember when technologies had names you could actually use in front of business people without having them think you were idiots? Try saying your project is late because the elephant driver needs to be tuned to work with Pig and Zookeeper. I want to be there. One of the great things about big data is we don't know ahead of time what kind of data we're going to get, so it's schemaless. It has no design. It's basically a data model of things related to things. That's great. The problem is that you often don't know what the design should be until the data arrives and shows up. So that means you need to data model by sprint. And by sprint, I mean at the speed of light. I hope you're in training right now. You should also be prepared to see what autocorrect does to the word schemaless and how many times you're going to send that out. Go ahead, try it at home, but not at work. I used eventual consistency before. It's okay, I'm being consistent. Unlike most big data technologies, see, there's this concept of eventual consistency that says data has controlled duplication. Well, it's sort of controlled. See, in the big data world, it's okay that the results of the query you run return a different result set than if I ran the query. That's okay. Eventually, at some point, we'll get the same result, just like a broken clock is right twice a day, but not in Europe. I don't know about you, but I want to know my version of my bank account is the same one that the bank is using when they process my checks. And don't get me started about the people who say eventually the customer will call and ask us to correct the data if it's important to them. Seriously, what world does that guy live in? Talk about living in the cloud. And all I can say is consistency, my ASCII. Finally, I'm being snarky here. There really isn't a reason to think that big data is in conflict or in competition with relational technologies or any of the other database technologies that we've grown to love. We just need the right tool for the right job. Size doesn't matter to finding the right tool. You find the right tool for the data you have. Big data doesn't make it better. Schemaless is perfect for the designs where you have no control on the data you're going to get. It's flexible. It works that way. I suggest you read up on big data, attend some talks like the ones here, find out what applications are using Hadoop and other non-relational technologies. They involve data. Love your data by using the right solutions.